Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today with my MAC football predictions, Mid-American Conference. To me, the MAC is one of the worst two conferences in college football this year with the Sun Belt. I already did Sun Belt football predictions. You can check that out on my YouTube channel. So, I just feel like the MAC isn't going to be really that good. I don't really think any team in the MAC is really a good team in my opinion. I have each team losing at least two games, and I actually have the East, the MAC East, doing really bad this year. So I just really think the MAC is not a good. They're not going to be a good conference this year, and I think this is going to be a bad year for the MAC. Um, I don't see any of these teams representing the New Year's Six, being in the New Year's Six bowls, representing the group of five. I just don't see it. I don't give any team a chance. So if you're a fan of a team that's in the MAC, I just don't think or a MAC person, I just don't think any of those teams are going to be a New Year's Six bowl. So let's go ahead and look at my standings. Per for the MAC. Um, so if you look at my standings here, it's you can tell I just don't see a lot of teams doing that good in the MAC. Starting off in the East, I'll start in the East. Ohio is 7 and I have them going 7-5 and 5-3 in the MAC. The MAC plays 8 games in conference. I just don't see any team in the East really even being that good. Like I think every team in the East, if they were in a Power Five conference, it will not be. They'll probably be 4-8 at best. I just really don't think any team in the East good this year. I have Buffalo in second place, going also 7-5 and 5-3 in the MAC. I just have Ohio being Buffalo this year. I think Ohio at home will beat Buffalo, but that's kind of the difference. That's the tiebreaker in that one. Third place, I have Miami, Ohio, going 6-6 with a 5-3 record in the MAC. Um, they'll get in a bowl game, Miami, Ohio, but they might be one of those teams that get left out, even though they go ahead and win 6 games, going 6-6 because sometimes there's too many good teams and not enough bowl games, and I think Miami, Ohio will be the worst bowl team this year. Next team, fourth place in the MAC East, Akron, going 5-7 with a 4-4 conference record. I just feel like with a lot of these teams have very tough out conference schedules in the MAC, especially Northern Illinois. But I just feel like they're just gonna miss a bowl game this year. Fifth place, I have Bowling Green going 2-10 with a 1-7 record in the conference. I just don't think Bowling Green is gonna be good this year. Their schedule is actually tough. They get a lot of opponents, a lot of their tough games on the road. So I just really think Bowling Green is not gonna be that good this year. And then last place, Kent State. Um, they're in contention of being the worst team in college football. I have them going 1-11 with an 0-8 record. FBI has them as the second worst team in college football, ahead of UTEP. Right now, I just think Kent State's not going to be good at all this year. So I think they win their one game. I think it's against Howard. Even though Howard won last year against I believe I want to say they beat Connecticut, I believe, or somebody. They beat somebody in the group of five last year. So I just really think, or was it Liberty? Did they beat Liberty? Maybe, I don't know, but I just feel like Kent State could go 0-12. So keep an eye out for that. In the West, Western Michigan is probably the best team in the MAC in my opinion. I don't think there's really an argument here. FBI has Northern Illinois as the best team. Their schedule is very tough. I don't see them winning the MAC West. Um, So that's why I have Western Michigan and Toledo ahead of them. I have Western Michigan going 10-2 with a 7-1 conference record. I think Western Michigan will win their game at home against Syracuse. So I do think the MAC will get a few conference. Excuse me, we'll get a few wins in the Power Five. Like I have Northern Illinois. Actually, excuse me. No, I believe I have one of these teams. I want to say Central Michigan beating Kansas this year. So I have two teams in the MAC beating Power Five teams. But anyway, second place Toledo, 8-4. Toledo's gonna be decent, but let's be honest. If they were even in AAC, they won't be a bowl. They won't be 6-6. They'll be like a 5-17. I mean, a lot of these teams are just by default. Um, but anyways, yeah, that's Toledo going 8-4 with a 6-2 conference record. Toledo will be decent in the MAC this year. In third place, I have Northern Illinois, the best team in the MAC according to the FBI. Their out of conference schedule is tough, as I don't even have them winning a out of conference game. I think they're out. They get like Iowa. They get like a bunch of tough teams like Utah. That's probably the only game they will even have a shot in. I just did Utah predictions. You can go check that video out. So, but I have all their wins coming in the conference. So I have them going 6-2 in the conference. But anyways, next game is Eastern. Not next game. Next team, Eastern Michigan, going 5-7. I just have them missing a bowl game. Once again, out of conference schedule is tough for Eastern Michigan, so that's what I think is going to cost a lot of these MAC teams. Are out of conference schedule. I just don't see them winning a lot of games out of conference. Eastern Michigan. I do have them going 4-4 in the MAC though, so I do think they'll be competitive in the MAC. Same thing with Central Michigan. I actually do have Central Michigan beating Kansas. I just feel like Central Michigan, they're going to be in a lot of these games, but I just think at the end of the day, Central Michigan doesn't have enough. I think they're going to miss out on a bowl game because the MAC West is a lot tougher than the MAC East. Trust me when I say that. But I just really think if Central Michigan was in the East, I think they'll be in the bowl game. But in the West, I just don't think. I think you just miss it, and they go 3-5 in the conference. And then sixth place, Ball State in the MAC West. Ball State's, I think, is the clear last place finisher in the MAC West. I have them going 3-9 with a 1-7 conference record. I think they'll be somewhat competitive. I think they'll definitely be better than Kent State in my opinion, but I just don't think I just don't see them making a bowl game at all. And I do think they are the worst team in the MAC West. I think the worst team in the MAC is Kent State. So that's my view about the standing about that. But these are my standings for the MAC. These are my official predictions. These are the predictions I will be held to. So, comment down below what you think about my MAC predictions. But before I end the video, let me get to the conference championship game for the MAC, and it is Western Michigan versus Ohio. Listen, the MAC East is not gonna. They're gonna not represent a good team coming out of the MAC East. The MAC East is not gonna be represented good this year. I have Western Michigan beating the crap out of Ohio, 41-14. I have Western Michigan winning the MAC. I just really don't see Ohio. I just can't really even give them a chance in this game. I just think Western Michigan is much better than every team in the MAC East. So that's why I have Western Michigan winning the MAC. And I think even if Toledo or even Northern Illinois come out of the MAC West, I think they'll beat every team in the MAC East in the championship game. So I look at the MAC. Probably the MAC East is probably the worst division in college football. So I mean, just looking at that, yeah, it's just not going to be a good year for the MAC in my opinion. So all in all, these are my MAC football predictions. This is what you're gonna hold. This is what I want to be held to. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about my MAC football predictions. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. And basically, please like the video and subscribe. And thanks for watching. And this is McD the Beast signing off.